Hey guys, it's Josh here. Just wanted to tell you a little bit about what we've been talking about on Sunday mornings as we've been getting together. A couple years ago, I was introduced with this idea about how we have the opportunity to make heroic choices on a regular basis. Everyone wants to be a superhero, right? Or I think we all kind of have that idea that we want to be greater than what we are. And you look at a lot of superheroes in today's comics and movies, and it's typically where you're making a choice. You have somebody who's a hero making a choice, and sometimes it's a very fine choice between good and evil. And I was introduced to this concept several years ago about how actually it talks about that in Galatians. So I'm going to read a little bit from Galatians chapter 5. It says, Galatians 5 chapter 17, it says, "The sinful nature wants to do evil, which is just the opposite of what the Spirit wants. And the Spirit gives us desires that are the opposite of what the sinful nature desires. These two forces are constantly fighting each other. So you are not free to carry out your good intentions. But the Holy Spirit produces this kind of fruit in our lives: love, joy, peace, patience, kindness, goodness, faithfulness, gentleness, and self-control. There is no law against these things." And so here in Galatians, it talks about this picture of these forces fighting each other. You got forces of good. We want to do good. However, the sinful nature in us has a tendency to do bad. And so we're constantly fighting these villains that we have on a regular basis. Some of these villains might be subtle, and they're off to the side that we might not notice it on a regular basis, but they're there. Maybe something such as bitterness, a villain of bitterness, and they just can root down within our lives, and we might not even realize it. Others have a tendency to be right in front of our face. Fear, anxiety, these are villains that we face on a regular basis as well. And so another thing would be anger. The villain of anger is something that some of us really struggle with. And so what we've been doing is we've been diving into what the scriptures say about these particular villains. And then another villain, as we're coming up towards this holiday season, we're going to start experiencing what it's like to fight the villain of more, of constantly wanting more and more stuff. And so these are what we've been talking about. And so I want to invite you to come hang out with us on a Sunday morning here at Heritage Church at 10 a.m. so we can talk a little bit more about these. And if you haven't been able to make it, or you feel like you might have missed them, don't worry. We are going to do some recap videos where we will dive into those subjects a little bit more in depth. But we're just excited to connect, and excited to have these conversations with you guys. We're looking forward to seeing you here on Sunday morning.